Well, good evening, folks, or good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. Quincy Kane here, and this is live stream number 102. And where am I going with this? For this stream, we're trying something a little different. I've actually done this before. Some of my earlier streams, I would do some acoustic segments, and I kind of peeled out of that. But I'm thinking of bringing it back, especially in celebration of my recent release. I released a stripped-down version of my song "Love's Not Fair." So it's just vocals and just acoustic guitar. So I kind of thought in honor of that, it'd be cool to do an acoustic stream for this episode. So give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. I've got kind of a different setup. Actually, I'm trying to think if I even need... I don't know if I need these headphones or not, because I'm not playing with a backing track. I'll grab them if I need them, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll grab them just in case, because I think this will give me a little feedback just to make sure I'm coming through all right. But yeah, let me know if you can hear me. All right, Jack's. Yep, thank you, Jack. Thanks for the feedback. Because yeah, basically just going through one mic. You know, it's slightly less complicated, but at the same time, it's not quite as polished either as what I normally work with. So, if you're out there and you're just joining us, don't be shy. Say hello. We got Jack and Stan in the chat. Hope you're all doing well. Jack and I were talking about movies and books. So what about you guys? Have y'all seen any good movies lately? Have you read any? Are you much of a reader? Are you reading anything? Jack, you were saying I used to be more of a reader when I was younger. I still do read from time to time, but my vision isn't so good these days. Have you considered getting reading glasses to help with that? I know my mom has kind of the same way. Like, she can see fine, you know, she says she can see fine like on her own, but when she goes to read something, she has some glasses that she needs to use in order to read that. And as far as I know, sometimes finding time to read can be kind of a tricky thing too. And for me, what is it? I like to read in the evening. Sometimes, you know, when I'm winding down, it's kind of nice. An hour before bed, I like to just kind of get away from screens and stuff. I'll listen to some music, but yeah, I'll grab something to read and just kind of read for that hour, and kind of helps, you know, get me a little tired. Sort of helps me wind down. So yeah, you might have to kind of implement that a little bit. Stan, hope you're doing well. Says, doing good. Today's my 14th anniversary with my wife, Kelly. So don't know how long I will be here. Well, definitely do not prioritize this over your anniversary with your wife. So, but that is awesome. Happy anniversary, Stan. I'm happy for both of you. And yeah, I don't know if y'all have plans for today, or if y'all are kind of celebrating later on the weekend or something like that, when maybe you have more available time or something. But yeah, happy anniversary to both of you. And yeah, I'm hoping for many, many, many more years. So cool. Yep, Stan says, same with me, need them to read. So yep, Stan needs yeah, some reading glasses as well, so that kind of helps. Me, I don't know if you know this, Jack, I actually need glasses in general. I usually wear my contacts for these streams, but I do I wear glasses, but I need them all the time. Like, my eyesight's pretty poor. And to be honest, I'm probably due for another checkup at some point. Like I've had my same pair of glasses for like the past 10 years. And I think I can tell like a little bit, like it's okay, I get by, but sometimes I can tell like I probably need an update. So, but I've still got a few contacts to go through. So I think I'm going to go through all my my contacts first, and then once I need to get a new set of contacts, I'll look into yeah, going in for a checkup. Let's see here. Jack says I have bifocals, optic neuritis. Did a number on my vision, so it takes me longer to read books. Yeah, that's that can be a little challenging, I'm sure. The only thing I could maybe suggest, if reading is just too difficult to do, I wonder if you've ever tried audiobooks before. That can maybe be kind of a cool thing, especially like winding down. That even me, I kind of think that'd be kind of nice, just to have someone sort of reading to you and just kind of relax on the couch and just kind of by the lamp, in the dark with a lamp and just kind of relaxing as someone's reading to you, and then when it's time to go to bed, you just get your bookmark and then go to sleep. So Stan says she's not home yet. Great. There's this icon that's in the way. Great gift, Quincy? Is that what it says? I can't read it because there's a little icon in the way of that text right there. But yeah, I guess if I said something that was a gift, well, you're welcome. If the gift is this stream, well, I'll go ahead and play a song for you real quick. So yeah, I'll go ahead and dive into a song, but definitely if y'all are snacking on anything right now, let me know what you're snacking on. But yeah, we're going to try things out, and hopefully the sound's okay. I'd actually prefer this mic to be a little bit lower, but I'll work with it for now. So had a lot going on, had some exciting things happening today, and we'll see if those things shape up into something cool. But yeah, so we're going to be doing just kind of an acoustic version of a lot of these songs. You'll probably be very familiar with them, but they might sound a little different, just with an acoustic and a vocal rather than how you're used to hearing it with the backing track. So going to kick things off. This one's called A Place to Call Home. Hope you like it. Inside of me, concealing what I believe. The potential is obvious, but I'm too scared to set it free. To break down the walls, show me your heart. This is the place where I fall apart. To destiny, but I won't trust what I cannot see. So mother will tuck me in to this coffin and bury me. Break down the walls, show me your heart. This is the place where I fall apart. Told me of a place to call home, someplace where I would not feel alone. You showed me love like I'd never known. You told me of a place to call home. Told me of a place to call home, someplace where I would not feel alone. Oh yeah. Yep, again, that one was called A Place to Call Home. And that's the acoustic version of that. That's a song I have released, but yeah, it's sort of a different version of it, so I hope y'all like that. Oh, hey, we got Michael in the chat. If you guys want, if you want good acoustic music, definitely check out Michael's songs. He's the man to go to for that kind of thing. So let's see. Let me catch up with the chat here. Stan says, me and Logan are going to play Rooftops for her together. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, very cool. I think I had a little further to go. Okay, Jack says, I did listen to Stephen King's Rage on YouTube. Cool. Yeah, you can probably find a lot of those books maybe just on YouTube and stuff. I know there's some, we were talking about reading and listening to, audiobooks, someone reading it to you. That's cool that you and Logan are going to play Rooftops for Kelly. I'm excited about that. Let's see here. We got Feisty Feather in the chat. Hey, saying happy anniversary to Stanley and Mrs. Yep. Appreciate you in the chat there. Let's see. Stan says, yes, sir, the stream. She's not much of a rocker. I think she will like the acoustic versions. Yeah, well, if she watches, yeah, maybe she'll enjoy them. Yeah, Michael says, oh, cool, it's Quincy Acoustic. I dig it. Yeah, I think you meant dig it, or you said I did it, but yeah, dig it. Yeah, like I said, yeah, Michael's the one to go to. He plays a lot of acoustic stuff. I used to do like some acoustic segments, kind of like back when I was first streaming, and then I kind of got out of it. But I'm actually thinking of bringing it back. It's a lot of my same songs, but again, this is sort of in celebration. Some of you might know that I just released a new video yesterday. Released a track. It's the stripped down version of my song "Love's Not Fair." And the original version of the song, it is primarily acoustic, but it kind of it gradually builds. The electric guitar comes in, and then the rest of the band comes in, and it gets kind of big and epic near the end. But the stripped down version is just vocals and acoustic guitar. And I thought it came out pretty cool, had a pretty cool vibe to it. And I was actually just talking with someone about it today, and I love rock, I love metal, but I actually love a really good acoustic version of a rock metal song. It's just nice to hear it in that way. And I love that dynamic range of here it is heavy with the full band, and then here's just a stripped down version with just the acoustic. Or I'm actually hoping in the future maybe to do some piano stripped down versions too. So we'll see what happens. But yep, everyone's saying hello in the chat. Let's see. Oh, thanks for the applause and the emojis, everyone. I appreciate that. Stan says sounds great. Awesome. Glad. Yeah. It's a little bit of a different setup, so hopefully it sounds okay out there. Yep. Michael confirmed that was supposed to be dig it, but yep, I got that. Yep. Thank you all for the applause emojis and such. And let's see. Jack says, I think the acoustic version really highlights the power of your voice and your skill on the guitar. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. If I'm being honest, I'll be honest with you guys. My voice is probably better for this kind of music, more like acoustic. I think maybe pop punk or something like that. But my heart kind of goes to metalcore. I love that kind of, I love the ability to be heavy, but as an artist, I like to be dynamic. I like that expressive range of here's what I sound like when I'm heavy, but here's what I sound like when I'm a bit softer, And that's kind of the cool thing with metal is I think it does sort of allow me to have that variation of having an acoustic version. And so definitely kind of excited to kind of bring it back and revisit it and reamp it a little bit. Yep. Hey, Feisty Feather. Hope you're doing well. Oh, I missed it. We'll have to check it out later. Yeah, definitely. If you're talking about the video I just released, yep. There's a music video available on my YouTube channel to check out. I think I posted in the on the group page too. The music video there, and then the track is available on Spotify or wherever you like to listen to music. You can find it there. So, Michael says. Yeah, it's a cool aspect of what you do, Quincy. Gives a different vibe to the songs. Love hearing both versions. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate that. And that's kind of what I've always appreciated about metal is that it does kind of give you that a lot of different variations to explore and stuff with what you're doing. At least a lot of the artists I listened to, the way they used it. That was always my appeal. It wasn't just about oh, how heavy can I make this? It's still a song, and it's I think it's cool to kind of explore some of those different yeah, different variations of that. In a moment here, I'll go ahead and play another song for you guys. But how's y'all's week coming along? You know, anything cool or eventful happened lately? I was talking to Jack earlier about movies. I don't know about you guys. I've been kind of watching some. I've been trying to watch some scary movies. It's been a little busy, so I haven't had too much of a chance. But anyone watch any good movies lately? Read any good books? Play any video games? I myself, I've been trying to watch kind of some, you know, Halloween-esque movies this month. The last thing I watched Young Frankenstein. I don't know if y'all have seen that. It's a Mel Brooks movie, and it's got, what's his name? Is it Gene Wilder? I think that's his name. The guy who played Willy Wonka. You know, great actor. And I really like Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks is hilarious. He's a lot of fun. And it had some funny parts, but if I'm being honest, it was a little... a lot of the humor was a little, like it pointed out the humor too much rather than just letting the joke play out. It kind of like pointed it out like, this is why it's funny. You know, not like that, but I'm trying to think, I don't know if I can think of an exact example, but sometimes there's like a funny concept and like you get the joke, but then a character will say something to kind of like, you know, point out that it was a joke. That makes it, you know, and kind of takes you out of the moment, I guess, a little bit. And so, so it wasn't my favorite Mel Brooks film, but I still like Mel Brooks, love a lot. Probably my favorite movie of his is Robin Hood Men in Tights. I don't know if any of you have seen that, but I love that movie. And then other than movies, I've been playing BioShock lately. I don't know if there's any gamers out there, but BioShock is like one of my all-time favorite video games, and has kind of a nice, like, creepy atmosphere to it, and so I think it's appropriate for Halloween. And yeah, that's a fun one. It's got such a unique premise. If you haven't heard of the game, it's like you play as a character. You're in a plane crash in the middle of the ocean, but there happens to be a lighthouse where you crashed, and so you swim to the lighthouse, and that has a transportation device, some kind of a submarine that takes you under the ocean to this city that was built on the ocean, the city called Rapture. And by the way, it takes place in like the 1960s. So it's like a city under the ocean, but you know, you got like that 1950s, 1960s style music and stuff. And but everything is like been abandoned. It's like, you know, it was a thriving city once, but I think there was some kind of like political tension and some kind of war that kind of took place, and so a lot of people have been kind of infected. They're not really zombies, but they're scary, you know. So, but it's just such a unique atmosphere. You know, there's really nothing like it. But one of my favorite video games. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and play another song for you guys. Now this one's actually a cover. So that's kind of the nice thing about acoustic is, you don't have to have a backing track for everything. So I can kind of pull out like just some songs that I know how to play, without worrying about like, I gotta have a backing track to play along with. So this one, some of you might know that I'm a pretty big Flyleaf fan. So this is actually a Flyleaf song. Yeah, and I'm gonna play kind of my version of it. So. This one's called Red Sam. Here I am, empty hands, wishing my wrists were bleeding to stop the pain from the beating. There you stood, holding me, waiting for me to notice you. But who are you? You are the truth. Out screaming. Frostbitten spirit, You speak the truth and I hear it. The words are, I love you, and I have to believe in you. But who are you? Thank you. Again, that's a Flyleaf song. That one's called Red Sam, but that's cool. Hey, we got Hannah in the chat, you know. I know Hannah likes Flyleaf. Did you catch that, Hannah? Did you catch that I was playing a Flyleaf song there? If so, and had you heard that one, you know, I'd be curious. All right, let's see. Catching up here. Okay, yep, Hannah saying hello, and oh, thanks for the emojis. Jack, appreciate that. Yep, thanks for the applause. But yeah, hope you're all doing well. Anyone just tuning in, don't be shy, say hello. Again, for this stream, I'm kind of sort of in celebration of my recent release. I'm doing some acoustic versions of songs. I've got the acoustic out, so a little bit of a different setup. I recently released a stripped-down version of my song "Love's Not Fair." So if you hadn't heard the original one, I just released a stripped-down version that's just acoustic guitar and just vocals, and shot a video for it. So if you haven't seen the video, be sure to check that out later. You can find that on my YouTube channel. Thank you, Feisty Feather. Appreciate the emojis there. And see, Hannah says, I didn't recognize a song because I've only heard it a few times. You did it justice, though. Thank you, Hannah. Appreciate that. Yeah, I like that one. That might be one of my favorite Flyleaf songs. Thank you, Stanley. Stanley says, love that. Michael says, got to head out, about to drive home. I'll check back in if you're still playing once I'm home. We'll definitely have safe travels. Appreciate you tuning in. And if you come back, yeah, great. If we're still going, we'd definitely love to have you back. But be safe driving home. I just appreciate you dropping by, you know. But take care. Like I said, guys, you know, if you love some acoustic music, definitely check out Michael Song's stuff. He's got some great songs and a really good, really good songwriter, really good guitar player, and he does kind of primarily, you know, singer acoustic stuff. So cool. Hannah, how have you been? How's your week been? You know, anything fun or eventful? And Feisty Feather, how are you doing? I know I kind of said hello to you earlier, but you know, anything you know, fun or eventful happen lately? Anything coming up that you're looking forward to? I know we're getting closer. We're halfway through the month here. We're getting closer to Halloween. I know Chad and his crew, they're planning on having a Halloween live stream. I don't have all the details about that yet, but I am supposed to be on that panel, so I'll be sure to notify you guys about that. And looking forward to that. Looking forward to dressing up. So so we'll see kind of what happens. Hannah says nothing much. Now, do any of you guys? Let's see. Slithering. Hey, appreciate you tuning in. What tuning are you using on that acoustic? So this acoustic is just standard tuning. I typically play drop C on my electric guitar, so it's tuned down a whole step from standard tuning, and then the low string is tuned down another whole step. This guitar is standard tuning, but I was using a capo, so I was playing up a little bit higher. But yeah, there's if you're wondering about those open chords, I can give you a little guitar lesson real quick. So if I'm playing in the key of E, which I was playing in the E position for that song, but capoing up 2, that would put me in F sharp. But yeah, what's kind of cool about E is there's a few chords that you can grab, and you can just let these 2 high strings ring out, the high E and the high B. So you can play an A, so I got A, and I'm just gonna play kind of like a power chord, just those 2 right there. But then let that B and that E string ring out. So you get this very like kind of open sounding chord, you know? And then I can use that same shape in the on the B position, so it's just a power chord, but I play that open B and that open E string. And then same position, move up to a C sharp, power chord, but let those 2 high strings ring out. And then you can do it on the 7th fret as well for another E chord. So. So what I was doing in that song, I was playing that C sharp, but I like to extend my pinky. It's kind of a stretchy position, but you get that 9th note in there, that 9th chord, and then you let those strings ring out. And that's just a really pretty sounding chord, you know, I love that. It's not the easiest chord to play, but it sounds nice. And then same thing here. So, and then, let's see. Yeah, I'm just kind of doing a little mixed chord there. But yeah, that's all I was doing. And then I was just capoed up too. So it's the same thing. You just kind of. Yeah, just so hopefully that kind of answers your question. So this guitar is in standard E. I do have one song that I'm going to tune to drop D with this guitar, and then I've actually got another guitar over there that's tuned to standard D, so that I can play for my last song. But all right, let's see. Hannah's saying Mom's birthday was Sunday, so spent the weekend with her and the fam. Awesome. Well, I hope she had a good birthday. My mom's birthday was yesterday. Wait, no, not yesterday. My mom's birthday is today. So we, you know, I wished her a happy birthday this morning and gave her a gift. And I think they're having dinner with the family. And so I'll be visiting with them later, catching up with that. What was I going to say? And then my birthday is actually in 2 days. So my birthday's on Thursday. Originally, I was going to celebrate my birthday with you guys. I was going to stream with you guys. But I think my family wanted to have some plans. So I'm going to go out to dinner with my mom and some of my other family. So that's kind of what I look, you know, we're going out for my birthday. But again, we're both October birthdays. So it's kind of a chance. That's sort of how I intend to celebrate with my mom as well and celebrate her birthday. So, but yeah. Slithering says, I'm a metal guy too. Usually I play in standard E, but I really dig drop C. I never use a capo. Didn't know if you were in F sharp or a different tuning. Yeah, so what's interesting is when, as a metal guy, yeah, I typically kind of stick to the same tuning. Usually the only thing I'll change, hey Chad, appreciate having you in the chat. And we got Daddy44 in the chat as well. Yeah, so on electric guitar, usually the only tuning I'll change, usually the only tuning I'll change is the low string. I'll go from standard tuning to drop tuning. So I'll go back and forth from standard D to drop C, but I mostly play in drop C. And I like drop C because it kind of gives you like some lower stuff to sound heavy, but it's not too low. You still kind of have some nice, like I still like to play nice, very like full sounding chords and that kind of thing. On acoustic's really the only time that I'll use a capo, but I don't like to use a capo as a handicap. I only use a capo, for whatever key. If I need to change the key for singing and I like the chords I'm using. So like, again, if you're playing those open strings, you can't, if I have to change the key, I can't use those chords. There's like maybe another key that I could do a similar thing, but if I want to use those same chords, I'm going to have to use a capo. So that's like the only time I'll make an exception for it. But you know, it's not, a lot of people, they'll, you know, they learn like 4 chords and then they just use a capo to play whatever song, you know, they want. So, which isn't like a bad thing to do, but I like not having to depend on that so much, you know. All right. And hopefully I was coming through okay. I hope I'm not, hope I wasn't too loud or too quiet. Again, sometimes my preamp can act up a little bit. Let me catch up with the chat here. Thank you. Hannah says, happy birthday to your mom. Appreciate that. And happy early birthday. Thank you, Hannah. Appreciate that. We got Chad. And then Daddy44 was saying, what are 22 years of age? If you're asking my age, to be honest, I'm actually going to be turning 32. So the good news is I know I look pretty young for my age, so I'm grateful for that. You know, I try to take care of my health and you know, yeah, glad for that. But sometimes it's a little discouraging. I have certain goals that I haven't reached yet, and as I get older, I'm like, you know, my birthday's always a little bittersweet. Like I always appreciate, you know, celebrating with family and stuff, but you know, I always get a little self-conscious about, you know, where I'm at with you know, with my career and stuff. But you know, I'm very grateful. I've got a lot to be thankful for, and so it's mostly good things. But Stan says, going big, man, with the already tuned guitars. So I don't know if you meant for yourself or for me. But yep. Jack says, happy birthday to your mom, Quincy. My nephew's birthday was yesterday. Oh, awesome. Yeah, a lot of October birthdays happening here. Very cool. Yep, Chad saying hello to Hannah. Stanley, yeah, thanks for the early happy birthday. Slithering asks, what's your favorite key to noodle around in? Let's see. Unfortunately, I think because I play in drop C, I tend to play in C minor a lot. Or like C Phrygian, something like that. But I'm actually trying to break that more. I'm trying to, like, you know, write songs in other keys and stuff. And so that is the tendency. I usually pick up the electric guitar more than the acoustic. And so usually I'm playing in drop C, playing in C minor tuning. But when I'm writing songs, I do like to kind of experiment with that. Yeah, I try to, you know, kind of challenge myself to write something in a different key. I think it sparks some creative things too, so I don't have a tendency to just keep doing the same thing. So let's see, Daddy44 says, Slack Keys adds a wonderful song. Cool. Oh, and yep, got some hellos happening. Oh, and thanks. Yeah, I'm glad it sounds good out there. Glad about that. Yeah, kind of trying a different setup here. Usually I've got a more elaborate setup. All I got now is just the one microphone. So yeah, hopefully it's working all right. We got a lot of people coming in, so I'm going to play a song in just a moment here. Jack said sounded fine to me. I'm glad. All right, good. I'm glad it sounds good. Yeah. Yeah, Daddy44 says, no way, you know, welcome to 30. Yeah, I had been 31 for a little while. I'm turning 32, and but yeah, appreciate that. Slithering says, I was guessing 22, 23, LOL. Yeah, I'm thankful for that. It's kind of funny, you know, when you're young, you're like, man, I don't want to look like a kid, you know, I want to look older. But as I get older, I'm kind of grateful for that. And, you know, I could take off a few more years if I shave too. So, yeah, so maybe if I start getting really self-conscious in my career, maybe I'll start saying, yeah, I'm 24, you know, it's like, you know, so I, you know, don't have to be quite so hard on myself about where I'm at, but. Stanley says, truth, you could lose or forget your capo. That's right. Yep. You know, if you depend on your capo and then you lose it, you know, you're kind of stuck, you know. So it is nice to be able to learn other chords so that you don't have to depend on the capo. So I look at the capo as a tool rather than, you know, a handicap. Let's see here. Hannah says, too many October birthdays. My dad's birthday is not this Saturday, but next Saturday. Wow, we do have a lot of October birthdays, but that's great. You know, happy birthday, everyone, you know. And that's awesome, yep. And Jack says, happy early birthday to you as well, Quincy. Yep, thank you, appreciate that. All right, well, I'm glad all of you guys, you know, joining in with the chat, you know. If you're just joining in, don't be shy, say hello. I'm going to go ahead and play another song for you guys. So again, I'm doing this acoustic stream to kind of celebrate. I just recently released an acoustic version of my song "Love's Not Fair." Now, to be fair, that song, was primarily acoustic to begin with, but it kind of had some other, some kind of other instruments that join in later and a few effects kind of in there. Whereas the stripped down version is just the raw acoustic guitar and the vocal in just kind of a simple room kind of thing. And so I put out a video for that, so be sure to check out that video. So I'm going to play a few of my metal songs, but I'm doing acoustic versions of them. So some of you may have heard this song before. This is a song of mine called For You, but I'm going to do an acoustic version, so it's going to be a little different. It's in a different tuning, or a different key. Well, yeah, different tuning, different key, and I'm playing it slightly differently than the way I play it for the electric version. So hope you like it. This is my acoustic version of For You. Oh, let me remember how to play it. So. Well, I know you've coped with this loneliness. You think you're okay, but you've been tricked. I'm out here pleading, but you can't hear me. Your silent screams are deafening. Well, sorry, I went to the wrong key. Oh, here we go. Well, ignore my warning. Just know that I'm sorry for you. And all this time, just know that I've tried for you. Come back to me. Different, but you made me like them. Begged you to hold on, but you still let go. And from the distance, I can see what's missing. You never listen, so you'll never know. Well, ignore my warning. Just know that I'm sorry for you. And all this time, just know that I've tried for you. Come back to me. Come back to me. My most painful scar, and I cherish you. Well, ignore my warning. Just know that I'm sorry for you. And all this time, just know that I've tried for you. Come back to me. Here we go. That one's for you. Yeah, the only problem is I haven't practiced these as much as the others. So sorry for the few little hiccups there, but yep, catching up with the chat here. Daddy asks, play us your hardest song you learned, please. I'm trying to think. Let's see. I'm trying to think which the hardest song I've learned. Like on acoustic, man, you're kind of putting me on the spot a little bit. I always go to, yeah, this is an electric one, but. Don't even have the room. You get a little more room on the electric. So, and this isn't like the hardest, but this is a tough one. This was one my dad taught me. It has these cool jazz chords. But yeah, off the top of my head, I can't really think like what's the hardest song I can play. So, hey, we got Steve in the chat. Yep. How you doing, Steven? Let's see here. Catching up. Slithering asks, do you have any heavy stuff on SoundCloud or Bandcamp? Yes, if you go to my Bandcamp, I'll even post a link in the chat just so you have it. Let's see here. But yeah, most of my stuff is heavy. Yeah, again, today I'm doing an acoustic stream. I'm doing an acoustic version of these songs, but I've got music on Spotify and or wherever you like to listen to music, Spotify, Apple Music. You can find my stuff on YouTube, and yes, I do have a Bandcamp and a SoundCloud as well. So if you look up Quincy Kane on SoundCloud, you can find my stuff. But here you go. This is here's a link to my Bandcamp if you want to check out some of the stuff I have there, and all my songs are available to download for free if you'd like. So yeah, so certainly feel free to download them if you like. Stanley says love them both. Thanks. I'm glad you like them. Yep. Thanks for the emojis, Daddy44. Thank you, Chad. Chad says sounds great. Appreciate the fire. Daddy44 says very cool. Hello to Chad. Let's see. Stan says, awesome. Thank you. And yeah, Slithering asks, is this the AT2020? Yes, it is. This, I think it was my brother-in-law's microphone, and technically it still is, but I probably use it a lot more than him. But this is, it's been a good mic. This is usually the one that I'll use when I record vocals for my songs. Now, usually when I do a live stream, I'm playing through my electric and I'm playing with a backing track, so I'm singing into a dynamic microphone. I use the Sennheiser. I can't remember what it's called. It's similar to like a SM58, but it's like the Sennheiser version of that. So I can't remember the exact model name, but yeah, for this stream, I thought this would be a good one to pull out. This is a pretty good sounding microphone. So, and that's right, Stephen. It's Tuesday. The reason I'm doing the stream today, I'm not going to have a stream on Thursday this week. I was going to, a few things. One, Thursday's actually my birthday, and I was actually planning to to celebrate my birthday with you guys. I was going to do a stream, and I wasn't going to do anything like super special, but be like, hey, it's my birthday, and just kind of spend it with you. But my family wanted to go out to dinner and stuff, so I'm going to be, kind of having the day to do that with them. So I decided to move the stream to today. And it kind of works out because, again, I'm doing an acoustic version because of the song I just released. I put out a stripped down version of my song Love's Not Fair. So it's just stripped down to just the acoustic and the vocals. And so yeah, so be sure to check out the music video for that. You can find that on my YouTube channel. And that song is available on Spotify or Bandcamp or wherever you like to listen to music. Thank you. Daddy44 says, beautiful. Thank you. Very nice. Got some hello. How's everyone? Daddy44 says, I like acoustic. Yep. Play the song you have the most enjoyment while playing. I like a lot of songs, and trying to think, man, that's a I don't know. The song that brings me the most enjoyment, I think, is the one that expresses how I feel in the moment, you know? So if I need to express like some, you know, if I'm happy, I'll play a song that's happy. If I'm kind of, you know, frustrated with something, I like to play something to kind of express that, you know, if I'm sad about something. And typically, even when I am happy, I tend to favor like kind of sad, pretty sounding music. And so, you know, I'll still play that kind of stuff anyway, but let's see. And again, acoustic, you're kind of asking me like, it's been a while since I've really like just picked up an acoustic to just play it for fun. So there's a few like little finger picking things I play. This was one I wrote. But yeah, you know, I'll do like some, let me see if I can play it cleaner, you know. Oh, there we go. See if I can get that better. So that's kind of a fun one to play on acoustic. Here's one I wrote. I might shoot a video for this one and release it later. I'm not really sure, but usually when I pick up an acoustic, I'll play this one. So that's probably the one I play the most. I go through phases, you know, like just whatever songs I'm working on or whatever I've learned most recently. That's kind of what I'll play. But again, like I said, you know, I don't really pick up the acoustic to just play it too often. It's been a while since I've done that. And so usually I'm probably just going to play, you know, something that I wrote or something I'm working on. Even, I know it sounds kind of sad, but even the electric guitar, most of the time when I pick it up, it's just to kind of practice, like either to practice what I've been working on or just to write, you know, like I don't really, I haven't actually like learned any new songs lately or anything like that because I'm always trying to write my own stuff, but cool. Slithering says, killer, I love original music. I have a Bandcamp and SoundCloud page too. I'm going to check you out. Appreciate that, man. I'll check out some of your stuff too. So, yeah, you'll have to, trying to think. I don't know if you can find me on Instagram or something. You can send me a link and I'll have to check out your Bandcamp. But that's cool, man. Let's see here. Hannah says, nailed it. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Steven says, you should try to play one of my songs that I've posted on YouTube, Quincy. I'll have to check them out again and kind of see. I'd have to hear them, but he says they're both acoustic. I'm an SM57, Slithering says I'm an SM57 guy, but I use my AT2020 also. Yeah, I usually use this just for vocals. And yeah, the dynamic just kind of works for the live streaming situation typically, because I kind of go a bit more, direct. Thank you. Steven says, happy early birthday. Appreciate that. Hey, thanks, Daddy44 subbed. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Steven says, I saw the stripped down version. I absolutely loved it. Thank you. I'm glad you liked it. Thank you. Daddy44 says, you're very talented. Appreciate that. For a 14-year-old with a stash. Yeah. I thought you said I looked like I was 20, 22, Let's see. And then Steven said, who? Might have thought you were talking about him, because Steven is probably closer to 14-year-olds. And I think he does have a stash. So, so I don't know if you were talking to him, but. Stanley says, I remember that. So So, wow, you don't just play for the fun of it? Not as much these days, you know. First off, probably my biggest joy with music is actually songwriting. So, yeah, it's more than just playing. It's what I love most is writing on an instrument. So, which I am trying to do more of that. Sometimes I get a little caught up with, you know, trying to make so much content. But lately, I'm sort of learning that if I just focus on, you know, getting songs out, the songs will fuel the content. So yeah, so I am working on some new stuff, but most of the time when I pick up an instrument, it's to write. It's to kind of write some new music and play some new songs. But yeah, it's you know, when I was younger and I didn't have any obligations or anything, you know, I used to go outside on my family, our house's back porch, and I would just grab my dad's acoustic guitar and I would just, you know, stay out there for hours, just, you know, playing songs and singing and singing to myself and stuff. And so yeah, it's kind of sad. Yeah, I don't get to do that as much anymore. But you know, like I said, you know, trying to do more songwriting. That's what I really love doing. Let's see here. It says that's how I play. I'm not as technical. Your voice is good. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You know. Stanley says, when I had lessons with you, you would be playing that sometimes when I got there. Yeah, probably when you were having lessons, you probably walk in on me playing something, you know, that I'd written or whatever. But Slithering asks, how many guitars do you have? What's your favorite? Believe it or not, I've actually only got one guitar. I've got an electric guitar. It's a Schecter Hellraiser Solo 6. So when I grew up in a pretty big family. My dad plays guitar, and I have two brothers who also play guitar, and they all had acoustic guitars. And so I've always been a little bit of a minimalist, and so I always had access to a guitar. I never really needed my own guitar. I always had someone else's to play. So even though I was into like heavier styles of music, you know, I liked playing, you know, electric guitar music. I would a lot of times play it on acoustic guitar. I would just grab my dad's guitar and play, you know, whatever metal song I'd written, whatever rock song, you know, whatever rock song I'd play. And I actually always looked forward to going to church because there was an electric guitar at our church. And so whatever song I had written, I'd only heard it on acoustic, but after church, I could go grab the electric guitar and I could plug in and hear for the first time what my song sounded like through an electric guitar with distortion. And it was always so satisfying, like, oh yes, this sounds so cool, you know. And even, you know, yeah, even with when I started like recording and stuff, I always had like a friend's guitar to use or something, you know, for recording. So I just never really needed my own guitar. And believe it or not, it wasn't till my 21st birthday that I got my first guitar, and it was that Schecter Hellraiser. And what happened was, the story behind that, I'm going to try not to choke up when I tell this story. So what had happened was, around that time, it was like the late 2010s, early 2010s, late 2000s. And my family, I'd gone with my brother-in-law to a guitar center in Richmond, Virginia. And we were looking around, and I remember seeing this guitar. It was that Schecter Hellraiser. And I was like, man, that is a beautiful looking guitar. If I ever got an electric guitar, I'd probably get that one. So I kind of had that in my mind. But then at some point, again, there was kind of a little bit of an economic downfall or something, and we ended up losing our home. And so we had to move out. I ended up moving in with my sister and my brother-in-law and my parents. And some of my siblings had to move in with my grandmother, and so that was a really hard time. You know, we weren't doing so well financially, and my birthday was coming up, and I remember we were celebrating me, and I got this birthday card, and I opened it up, and all this cash fell out, and it was like way too much cash for a card. It was like a ridiculous amount of money, and I'm like, what the heck? Why is there so much money in this card? I was confused, and I had this, there was this note, and I read it from my parents, and I actually keep the note in my guitar case now, but they were just saying how proud they were of me, and they said, that's why tomorrow Dad's going to take you to Guitar Center to pick out your first guitar, and it was just so sweet of them to do that for me, and so that's what we did. We went to Guitar Center, and I grabbed that Schecter, and that's the first guitar I got, and yeah, you know, it's been a good guitar. It's been faithful for me. Slithering says, Awesome. I've got a Demon 6, so I think there's the Schecter Demon 6, and I believe that's a really good instrument too. So that's cool. We're in the Schecter crew there. But yeah, so that's the only electric I've had, and that's it's all I've needed right now. I haven't really needed any other guitars. Eventually, I might get my own acoustic guitar. But right now, my brother's got a Martin HD28, which is a really nice sounding acoustic guitar. That's actually the guitar I used in the video, and that's the guitar I recorded Love's Not Fair with. So right now, I don't need an acoustic because I've got access to like a really good one through my brother. So, but maybe someday, eventually, I'll need to get my own acoustic guitar. So let's see, catching up here. Daddy asks, can you play bluegrass? So I can play bluegrass, but I definitely don't specialize at it. And it's not really my favorite style of music. Where I live, there's a lot of bluegrass fans around here. And so, every now and then I'll get kind of drawn into something to play. So, I can't, like my brother can flat pick, he can do all the he can do all that stuff. Like I don't know anything like that. But I can just I can strum along if I have to, or so that's about the extent of my bluegrass, So I can like play rhythm, but I hadn't learned like any picking or anything like that for that genre. And Daddy says, by the way, Conspiracy sent me here. Well, awesome. Well, shout out to Clay. Appreciate him sending you over, and yeah, I hope you enjoy the stream. I always love having new people in the chat and stuff. So appreciate you coming to spend time and hang out. So awesome. Thanks for the heart, Jack. Hannah says, love the music roots in your family with almost everyone playing guitar. Yeah, we're a pretty musical family. Just about everyone plays an instrument. I think only one of my brothers doesn't, but yeah, my brothers and my sisters, we all play either guitar or piano or something like that, and just about everyone sings. Yeah, I don't know. We're a very musical family, so that's why I've always had kind of an instrument to play, and I have a big family too. I've got 3 brothers and 3 sisters, so there's 9 of us in all, so a pretty big family. Let's see here. Thanks, Jack. Jack says, very nice reflection on your past. Yeah, it's something I really cherish, but thanks, Stan. Stan says, awesome story. Slithering says, have you ever played around with Pink Floyd? Wish You Were Here is cool to pick on acoustic. I can't remember if I might have learned one of their songs. I can't remember which one specifically. I'd have to check out a little more of their discography. I know they have a couple songs that I like, but yeah, I'll have to mess around with more of them. I don't think I'd learned anything from them though. Yeah, I don't have any of that to play, but I'll have to check that out. But anyway, I'll go ahead and play another song for you guys. Anyone just tuning in, don't be shy, say hello. And yeah, we're doing an acoustic version here. I'm going to do another cover for you guys. So I'm going to tune to drop D. So I'm tuning this low string down lower. Okay, cool. So I'm in drop D now, and this is a song. This song was actually pretty influential to me. One of the first EPs I got was there's a band called Pillar. Oh, hey, we got Michael back at home listening while making dinner. Awesome. What's on the menu for dinner, Michael? And if anyone else is having dinner, I'd be curious. What are you guys having? What's on the menu? So, yeah, like when I was this was probably back like early 2000s. My brother-in-law was kind of introducing me to a lot of rock music, a lot of rock bands. And at the time, I don't think he was my brother-in-law. I think he was just my sister's friend. But he showed me this band called Pillar, and they had put out an acoustic EP. It only had 6 songs, but it was a bunch of acoustic versions of their songs. And I just loved the sounds that they got. They still had drums, they still had bass, but it was like primarily acoustic. It was just a really cool, kind of stripped down version of of their typical like high rock energy song. So yeah, so this is one of their songs. This is not my song. This is a Pillar song. This one's called Further. pressure, the pleasure's measure. The pressure is overbearing. Is it me, myself, that's caring for every double-minded joy? And I admit that when I submit to you, I feel so unreal when I'm still, when I'm waiting for you to reveal. And from myself, it seems so far away. And I admit that when I submit to you, I can see all of the selfish things I do. And I'm further from myself when I'm next to you, when I run to you. I'm further from myself when I'm next to you, when I run to you. Well, I was wasted, embraced it, but faced it with you inside my heart. You replaced it. Can't believe you have erased it. Selfishness and foolish pride. And I admit that when I submit to you, I can see all of the selfish things I do. And I'm further from myself when I'm next to you, when I run to you. I'm further from myself when I'm next to you, when I run to you. Further from my future, further from my past, further from the starting line, further from the last, further from my doubts, further from my fears, further from temptations that I've faced throughout my years, further from agitations, further from the distractions, the reactions, and the dissatisfactions of others' actions, further from myself, further from my flesh, further from my birth, and I'm further from my death. I'm further from myself when I'm next to you, when I run to you. I'm further from myself when I'm next to you, when I run to you. Thank you. Yep, again, that one's called Further. That's a song by Pillar, so that was a cover. But yeah, that was one I grew up with. Yeah, I like that one. So, all right, catching up with the chat here. If you're just tuning in, don't be shy. Say hello. Let's see here. Daddy44 asks, can you play ska? I guess if I had to, I haven't really tried, but you know, let's see. I'm trying to even think what like a good ska chord would be. Like. It just needs some, you know, brass. And then double time. So that's about the best I can do for ska. So sorry. Hannah says, 9 of y'all, dang. Which kid are you? The older? I'm actually the middle kid, believe it or not. So I'm child number 4, right in the middle. So I got 3 older siblings and 3 younger siblings. So let's see. Yeah, I was asking what those of you having dinner, what's on the menu? Michael says sauteed tofu and veggies in a carrot coconut soup. Man, that sounds yummy. Making me hungry. So awesome stuff. Hey, we got Adria in the chat. Hope you're doing well, Adria. How's your week been? Hope it's off to a good start. Says, hey guys. Hannah saying hello. Michael saying hello. Yep, some hellos happening there. Hannah says, let's see, I'm catching up. 1 second. Sorry. There we go. I don't know if there are any other girls in the chat, on YouTube at least, but nice to see female company. No offense to the guys, they love hanging out. To be honest, I love having a little bit of everyone. I love having guys and girls in the chat. So, and glad that kind of makes you feel better too. You know, that you don't feel so out of place. So, yeah, girl power. Adri says, was also making dinner, and LOL, yep, hard rockin' females here. Yep, well, happy to have y'all, so that's for sure. Stanley says, awesome, man, happy birthday to you and your mom, gotta go. Hey, Stan, always appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, happy anniversary to you. It was Stanley's anniversary today, and so I guess the missus is home, but yeah, y'all celebrate, and yeah, always appreciate you stopping by. You have a good night, man. Thank you for the applause, everyone. Yeah, thanks for the emojis. Jack, Michael, Stan, yeah, appreciate that. Slithering says, Into the Unknown, just checked it out. Killer, man. Gonna troll your music here in a bit. Hey, that's fine, dude. I appreciate you checking it out. What he's talking about, if any of you aren't familiar, I did a metal cover of Into the Unknown a while back. So the story behind that was my brother, who was 24 at the time, he wanted to go see Frozen 2, the Disney movie, but he didn't want to go by himself, so I went to see it with him. And while I was in theaters, that song came on, and as it was playing, I was just kind of padding along on my lap, kind of drumming a little bit, and this thought kind of came to my mind. I thought, like, this could be a metal song. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't really like doing covers, to be honest. It's one thing to just play the song on acoustic, but actually producing a cover, I like to do original songs. But I thought, let me at least, play around with it and see what I think of it. And so, sure enough, I kind of did a demo recording and sort of came up with like how I would maybe approach doing the song. And I thought it was pretty cool. So I went through with it. And a while back I shot a little music video for it and released that one. I think I did that 2020, something like that, maybe 2021. Glad you like it, man. I was pretty pleased with how it came out. I wouldn't have gone through with it if I didn't think it was kind of cool. So, let's see. Jack says, you're Jan, Peter Brady in your own family. Yeah, that's probably right. Yeah, from the Brady bunch. Yep. Let's see here. Peanut butter and mayonnaise on Wonder Bread. That's actually an interesting combination. I got to be honest. Dinner when poor. Well, hey, at least there's good protein. Well, I hope it's an enjoyable dinner. I hope you do enjoy that. But I love me some peanut butter on bread. I usually, I don't know if you got any bananas, but peanut butter banana sandwich. That's kind of what I like. Hey, we got Dom in the chat. Hey, Dom, hope you're doing well. Evening to you. Slithering says it came out great. Yeah, thanks, appreciate that. And then some hellos. Dom, how's your week been so far? Appreciate you tuning in. We're doing kind of an acoustic stream here. I don't know if you saw, I released a stripped down version of my song Love's Not Fair. So it's kind of just the vocals, just the acoustic version, and shot a video for it, posted that on my channel yesterday. Yep, the video released yesterday. So kind of in celebration of that, doing sort of an acoustic stream. And kind of doing an acoustic version of some of my songs and stuff. But yeah, awesome. I hope you've been doing well. Hope you had a good week and stuff. Awesome. Well, I think I might dive into another song in a moment here. And to be honest, I'm maybe needed to pull out a few more songs, because I did sort of the same set list as usual, but I'm kind of already getting near to the end of my set list. So let me see if I can pull out like maybe a couple more songs before I look to kind of wrap things up. Because I feel like things are going well. So I'm looking for here we go. I'm trying to think if I could. Okay, well, I'm gonna drop D. I'll tell you what, let me try an acoustic version of Say That It's Over. Let's give that one a shot. So, yep, Dom says, I'm better this week than last week. Well, hey, I'm glad that that's a positive, that things are better this week than last week. So, so that's awesome. And I hope things keep getting better for you, Dom. Yeah, let me go ahead and play a song for you, man. This is a song, I've released this one, but I have not released an acoustic version of this. Now, funny story about this song, Dom, you might have seen this. I think Michael saw this. I think you were there. So I was a guest on Steven says, my songs are in drop D. So, maybe I'll have to learn a few of yours. I can play them next time. But I play in drop tuning a lot. So, Michael, Dom, y'all might have seen this. I was a guest on a block party stream, with Chad and all them. And Chad, if you're still out there, you might remember this too. And it was my turn to play a song. And as you guys might know, I play with a backing track. And so I was playing Say That It's Over. And I can hear the music, I'm playing, I'm rocking out, I'm feeling good, like, man, I'm doing a good job on this. And then I finished the song and they're like, well done. Hey, was there supposed to be a backing track? And I'm like, oh my gosh, are you serious? And all they could hear was like, it wasn't even the distorted electric guitar. It was just like the clean electric guitar strings, just the guitar strings. That was it in my voice. And I'm actually really lucky that it was this song, because some of my other songs have like harsh vocals in them, like kind of screaming stuff. That would have been really, really embarrassing. But this song actually, like if I had to play a song just guitar, like no backing track, this was a good song for that to happen to. So yeah, that was a pretty funny little moment that happened on that stream. So. But you learn from those experiences. So yeah, Jack says, I remember that. You still sounded great. Thank you. Yeah, I was lucky. I was lucky that it was that song and not another one. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and kind of do the same thing. I'm just going to play the same song, but I'm going to play it on acoustic. So here we go. This is Say That It's Over. That it almost looks real. Well, it must be hard to fake what you do not really feel. You're hiding, I know it. Tell me what's on your mind. I only wish to help. Won't you let me back inside? Say that it's over. Tell me the truth just one last time. I promise I'll help you. And if only you'll let me back inside. Let me inside. Shows no reaction when I call out your name. Your presence like a ghost. You seem so far away, and you know that I love you, but the words seem to act dire. And I just want this to end. Please let me back inside. Say that it's over. Tell me the truth just one last time. I promise I'll help you. And if only you'll let me back inside. Let me inside. Whoa. Drift your eyes, just look at me when I look at you, because you must realize you're barely holding on, and I'm holding tight. Would you just please try? Don't give in, you have to fight. Why won't you hear my cry? I don't wanna say goodbye. Say that it's over. Tell me the truth just one last time. I promise I'll help you. If only you'll let me back inside. Say that it's over. Tell me the truth just one last time. I promise I'll help you. If only you'll let me back inside. Say that it's over. And I don't wanna hear another lie. I just wanna help you. Please won't you let me back inside? Oh yeah. So that was my acoustic version of "Say That It's Over." If you want to hear the normal version of that song, you can find that on Spotify or wherever you like to listen to music. But yeah, there you go. Some of you might be familiar with that song, and there's kind of a different version for you right there. All right, catching up with the chat here. Let's see. Slithering was asking, what size brand of strings do you like, acoustic or electric? I can actually say for acoustic, even though I don't have one, I really like elixirs. I can't remember the exact string gauge. I feel like I think the high is 13, like 12 or 13, and then it's probably like 50 somethings on the low end. But elixirs are just really good acoustic guitar strings. I love the way those sound. But for electric, I tend to use D'Addario, and there's two different D'Addario strings I go. There's EXLs and NYXLs. And to be honest, I've been kind of going back and forth. I'm not really sure which ones I like better. Sometimes I think I like one better than the other, and then I'm like, well, wait a second, I kind of like the palm mutes on that one. So I'm not really sure. I'm still playing it, but I've been happy with both of those. So usually I'll use EXL. I think 115s is what they are. It should be like 12 to 52s or something like that. Fairly heavy strings. Again, because I'm playing in drop C, but they're even for drop C, they're still kind of heavy just to have like some good tension on the strings and stuff. So definitely not too light, not too loose or anything like that. Because I do pick pretty hard also, so I tend to like thicker strings. For the NYXLs, I think they're NYXL 12s or something like that. I think that's what they're the ones I use. And then another brand I'll shout out. So if you're familiar with the band Periphery, they have a guitarist, Misha Mansour, and he's got his own brand called Horizon Devices. And they make pedals and stuff, but they also have guitar strings. And they kind of have, they sort of have like kind of experimental string sizes. Like rather than just what you get from a normal set, they kind of played around like, you know, in drop C tuning, you know, what is like the best string for each, you know, position of the guitar. And so I tried those out, and I thought they were pretty cool. They were, I thought they sounded good, and they're at a good price too. They're like $10. So, you know, so I think they're worth a shout out, but I typically tend to use D'Addarios. Let's see here. Oh, cool. Michael says, working on a song for Chad's Halloween show. I'll definitely be looking forward to that. That's cool. Daddy44 says, I hope you have a wonderful day in 2 days. Thank you for reading my words, and tell your mother happy birthday for me. Thanks. Later. Hey, I appreciate you tuning in. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Thank you for the birthday wishes, and thanks for hanging out. It was nice getting to chat with you. Slithering was asking, Steven, do you have a page I can check out? I dig drop D, drop C. Yep. Jack says, oh yeah, that was, yeah, I had read that one already. And Michael was commenting on that too. Yeah, said it was an awesome moment, Quincy. Sounded great with the clean guitar and vocal. Yeah, like I said, it was. I was just. I was really lucky. If it was one of my other songs with like screaming in it, that would have been so embarrassing. Like, wow, this is something. Like for me, I'd be like thinking I'm rocking out, with the backing track, and you guys, that would be kind of an odd thing. But thanks. Yeah, thankfully it still came out pretty good. So. Dom says he likes 12s on his acoustics. Elixir is nice. Elixir is nano web on your Martin. Trying to find a new brand for my Taylor. Man, you've got a good pair of guitars there, Taylor and Martin. I've got one other guitar with me. The guitar I'm using right now, this is actually my church's guitar, which it's a Yamaha, but this is actually like for what we need it for. This is like a really good guitar. Sounds nice. It's got a built-in tuner. You can plug in directly with it, and so like. For like what we needed for church, this is like a really good guitar. But I've actually got my dad's Taylor over there, and I've got that in a different tuning because I'm going to play Love's Not Fair for you guys in a little bit. That one I have to tune to standard D to play that one. But yeah, I like Elixirs as well. And then my brother's got a Martin. What model Martin do you have, Dom? Kind of curious about that. My brother's got Martin HD28. And that's a beautiful sounding guitar. That thing you pick it up and it's like, man, it just makes you want to play. So, Slithering says 12s are too thick for me. I'm 10s and 9s somewhere. 10s and 9s for your acoustics or for your electrics? Because everyone has a different feel, and it depends on your playing style too. If you like a lot of give with your strings, then something thinner would be nice. I tend to I kind of like thicker strings too. Again, I kind of pick pretty hard. I like to really get into my strumming and stuff, and so it's nice to have like some tough strings that can kind of handle that. And I can still, I can still kind of get my string bends that I need and stuff. But everyone has their preferences, so I don't think there's a wrong answer. It's always kind of interesting what someone uses, but I think it's just a matter of like, what do you want to play? Like sometimes it's good to talk to other guitarists who maybe play in a similar way that you want to play. Like even for me, the reason I went with the gauge size that I did for my electric was because of my favorite guitarist, Josh Middleton, from the band Silosis. He shared, what string gauge he uses, and I'm like, all right, that's what he uses, that's what I'm going to use, So it was kind of that simple, and it's worked for me, so I've kind of stuck with it. But Steven says, Quincy, I really like the acoustic version. You should really post this everywhere. I'd listen to this like every day. Well, thanks, Steven. Well, like I said, I am planning to release more stripped down versions of my songs. I don't know if I'm gonna, do them all back to back. I might kind of wait a while until the next stripped down version, but I will do that. A lot of these songs I intend to release as well. So yeah, I'm glad you like it. I'll definitely take note of that. Maybe this will be the next one that I do. Slithering says 4 electrics, an acoustic, and 2 basses. Awesome, you have got it. What kind of basses do you have? I'd be curious. I try different sizes and brands all the time. Okay, cool. But yeah, what kind of basses are you playing there? And what, actually, just tell me everything. What acoustics you got? What electrics? I know you mentioned you have a Schecter. Do you have all Schecters? Do you have some other brands? I'd be curious what else you're playing there. Thanks for the emojis, Jack. Appreciate that. Dom says, love the stripped back Quincy sound. Well, thanks, Dom. I appreciate that. And like I'm actually planning to make this a regular segment. So I'm still going to do the heavy stuff. Still going to do my backing tracks. But I think once every 4 weeks or something, I'm going to do some acoustic versions and stuff. And yeah, it should be kind of a nice little change up of things. So I'm glad you're enjoying it. Michael says, I used to use Ernie Ball's Earthworks. I think that's what they're called. 13s nowadays, I use Martin Lifespan lights. That's pretty cool. That and that's that's probably about right. Yeah, 13s. I think that's what my dad and my brother use on their guitars. I think they use 13s as well. Because I use 12s on my electrics. So and usually you go a bit thicker on acoustics. So yeah, 13 sounds good. And then let's see. And then yeah, I think I've heard Martin makes pretty good strings too. I know my brother's tried them out. He'll have to. He's only had a few string changes so far, so he'll have to play around with Martins and Elixirs. But yeah, those are good ones too. Thanks, Adria. Adria says awesome. Appreciate that. Michael says, you sound great acoustic, Quincy. You should do this like once a month. And yes, that's what I was just saying. Well, I really appreciate that, and I'm glad y'all enjoy it. Again, like I said, when I first started streaming, again, I didn't really have anyone watching, and I actually did have like an acoustic, I would do acoustic versions every now and then. I don't know if I did it regularly, but just every now and then I would do like an acoustic stream. And but recently I'd been thinking like, in general, it's cool to release like more than one version of a song, and that's kind of a nice thing to do as an artist, because sometimes it's hard to like, it's hard to always spit out like a bunch of songs, especially in my genre. Like, I have to have the full band, before I can perform the song typically, and so being able to do another version of it, like an acoustic version, is kind of like a nice way of like, hey, I can still put out music, and it's something a little different than what I've done, but it's not something that I have to like completely start from scratch. It's like I can build off of something. So yes, that is a plan of mine to make this a segment, and once a month do an acoustic segment. Steven says, I love those strings on acoustic. Gives a weird but cool sound. Yep. Well, glad you dig it. Let's see here. Slithering says NYXLs on a few of my electrics, 10 to 52 is cool. Yeah, I like those as well. Dom says, I hear you, Slithering. I used to play with 13s, but my old fingers can't do it anymore. The lighter the gauge, the less warmth, so I keep them as thick as possible. And that would make sense too. Yeah, it is. You do have to build up some pretty strong fingers, and so I can see where if it gets a little tougher to do, having to switch to lighter gauges, and I'm sure I'll have to do that at some point too. But as of right now, thankfully I can I can fret them all right, So Slithering says Earthworks 10s on my acoustic. Very cool. That was the same that Michael was mentioning earlier. Jack asks, what will you dress up for as Halloween, Quincy, and chat? To be honest, I don't know if I'm going to share it yet, It's I know what I'm going to be, and but I think I'm going to save it as a surprise, so we'll see. I'll definitely I'll let you know, when we're having like the Halloween stream and all that, and I'll be dressed up for it. I will say it's something that I've dressed up as before, so it's not like a new costume. It's been a busy couple months, and so I just haven't really had a chance to like pull together something. But I have a few costumes that are like some favorites of mine, and so it's one that I hadn't worn in a while, and so it's like I'll wear that one again. It'll be a fun one to pull out. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it. So if anyone wants to share what they're going to dress up as, I'd be curious. I know some of you, like anyone in the chat, me, I'm going to be on the stream, so you guys, you'll get to see me in what I dress up as. But some of you, if you're planning to dress up, I might not get to see your costume. And so if you feel like sharing it, I would be curious what you guys are going to dress up as. Dom says, just bought a set of Martin Retro Manels to try on my Taylor. The strings I used were just too bright. Yep. Well, I'll be curious how those work for you. You'll have to keep me posted on that. Dom says, I'm going to be Michael Songs for Halloween. You could totally do that. You just got to get you the hat and the vest and a tie and an acoustic guitar. And I think that'd be really funny. And maybe get the goatee also, So that'd be really funny if you mean that, But I'm curious how Michael feels about that. I think I'd be pretty honored if someone dressed up as me. So, and Michael's a man. He's got style. I like his style, the hat and the vest and everything. He always looks sharp. All right, let's see here. Michael says, I've got a Martin 00015M. Love it. Yeah, in general, Martins just make, just such great instruments. So, and the little bit I've heard just from the streams, like, yeah, you've got a very, very good sounding guitar there. Jack gives you the thumbs up for that costume. Steven says, I can play Eruption on acoustic. Is that a flex? Yeah, that's pretty good. If you can play the whole solo on acoustic, I'd say that's a pretty good flex right there. Yes, Slithering says, yep, that's a flex. Yeah. Michael says, Dom as Michael songs for Halloween would be hilarious. You'd have to practice standing. Yeah, can you play while standing, Dom? Best tips I can give you is adjust your guitar strap while you're sitting down. You know, I'm sitting right now, so you put your guitar strap on and tighten it so that when you stand up, it's roughly in the same position as when you're sitting down. But you'll need to practice playing while standing up because you lose the support of your legs, so it kind of feels weird hanging rather than, you know, just setting on your leg right there. So, but yeah, that'd be hilarious. I kind of want to see that too, to be honest. So I hope that's what you had in mind. All right, Slithering says, yep, Jackson basses. Yep, I like Jackson. Ibanez acoustic, 2 Epiphone Les Pauls, traditional Pro 4 and a Slash. A Schecter Demon 6 and a Firefly 338. Awesome. I mean, sounds like you got some pretty good stuff there. Oh, sweet. Yeah, Steven says, I'm going to be Marty Schwartz. Well, awesome. I definitely. Hopefully I'll get to see you. I think our church is going to have the little Halloween trail thing. So, you know, I'm planning to dress up for that as well. So if I see you there, I'll definitely see your costume. All right, let me see if I can pull out another song for you guys. Let's see what else we can do here. All right, I'm gonna try Waking Up. I'm a little again. I'm actually pulling out songs that I haven't practiced these yet. Like I went through my set already, and I was like, well, things are going well. I don't want to end things too soon, so I haven't practiced this. I'm just going to go ahead and play it, and I think I can sing it, but again, I'm in drop D. Normally I do this song in drop C, so it's actually usually a little lower, but I think I can sing it. It's not like the highest song, so hopefully it'll be okay. Jack says, well, I got to head out, but great stream tonight, Quincy. Night, everyone. Jack, always appreciate you tuning in. I hope everything goes well with you and your checkup, and yeah, always appreciate you stopping by. And if you got time, I'm going to play one more song, but if you got to head out, you know, I appreciate it. Oh, thanks. Yeah, Steven says favorite song. Yeah, well, awesome. Well, here you go, Steven. This one's for you. All right, we're going to give this one a shot. This is Waking Up. Too much effort to pull away the covers that hold me down and won't let go. It smothers me, the weight of this anxiety pressing me into my pillow. A blissful sleep, chasing lies and counting sheep. It sure is easy, but not for me. So here I am, with all I have. I'm waking up, I'm facing what's in front of me. I won't back down, I can't stop now. I'm waking up so I can start to dream. I toss and turn, and tick by talk the hours burn, pleading for this night to end. A part of me begging to go back to sleep. It sure is easy, but not for me. So here I am, with all I have. I'm waking up, I'm facing what's in front of me. I won't back down, I can't stop now. Waking up so I can start to dream. You're not worth less. You have burden. Wake up, see it, time to dream. So here I am, with all I have. I'm waking up, facing what's in front of me. I won't back down, I can't stop now. I'm waking up, so I can start to dream. So here I am, with all I have. I'm waking up and facing what's in front of me. I won't back down, I can't stop now. I'm waking up so I can start to dream. There you go. Yep. Were any of you kind of nervous? Like, is he going to scream at that breakdown part? I was wondering what you guys would think, but yeah, nope. I'll save the harsh vocals to match with the harsh guitar, with the distortion. I think it'd just be kind of awkward to just all of a sudden start screaming on an acoustic song, but that's not to say that it can't work, but typically that's not how it rolls. So awesome. Yep. Slithering says, "Jam it, man." Yeah, appreciate that. And Jack, yeah, glad you were able to stay for it. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. But and yeah, Steven, yeah, I'm glad that's a favorite of yours. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the acoustic version. Thanks for the applause, Jack. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. I'm glad I could play one more song for you. Adria says, "Way to go, Quincy. Such a great song. Awesome job." Thanks, Adria. Appreciate that. Yeah. Steven says, "Good job." Thank you. Yeah, appreciate that. And thankfully, that's kind of a softer song anyway, so that one kind of translates pretty well. At the end of it, it kind of gets heavy and the distortion kicks in, but it's kind of mostly like just a crunch tone anyway, so that one translates pretty well to the acoustic. Slithering says, "Loving that AT2020 sounds great on my Mackie 3 monitors." Well, awesome. I'm glad it's sounding good out there. I do have a little bit of processing on it. Processing? Yeah, processing on it. I'm trying to think. Like, I've just got one track right now. And yeah, just got a little bit of EQ. Well, it's going through a few things. Like, I've got a preamp, and that's setting the gain, and I've got a high pass filter on that. And then it's going through a compressor with just a little bit of compression. So that's probably just doing a little bit. And then that's going into my DAW, and I've got some EQ on there, a little bit of compression, just a little more EQ, and then a little bit of limiting on there. So I've got like a little bit of processing. So it's, but yeah, like I said, it's a solid mic. Like, I think it sounds good. You can get really good results from it. Super affordable mic. Yeah, I've been pleased with it, Jack says, "It was great, man. Thanks for the stream tonight." Yeah, my pleasure, Jack. Always appreciate you tuning in. Hope you have a great rest of your night. Steven says, "Oh yeah, I forgot. I know how to play that song. That's right. I showed you how to play it. So that's right. You could do the same thing too. If you ever want to cover me, that'd be cool. You could post a YouTube video or something, playing that. I'd be curious to hear how you interpret that song, Steven. That'd be cool." Slithering says, "Well-balanced sound." Yeah, pretty appreciated. Like I said, I wish I could get it a little lower. Now, one thing I'm trying to do, like for the stream, like my guitar is pointing towards the mic, but the mic is a bit above the sound hole, and so rather than singing directly at the mic, I'm kind of singing off center. And in the test, that seemed to balance it out pretty good, and I'm just hoping the compression and stuff is kind of helping keep things pretty level. And it seems to work well, and it's kind of nice to get a little bit of the room and stuff. I'm actually in a hallway, so hopefully the little bit of reverb coming through sounds pretty good. Cool. Steven says I'll do that. Yeah. Well, thanks, man. I definitely would look forward to checking that out. Awesome. Well, hey guys, I appreciate you all tuning in. I've got one more song for y'all that I'm going to dive into in just a moment here. But thank you all for hanging out. And again, just a reminder for anyone just tuning in, don't be shy, say hello. And the main reason we're even doing an acoustic stream is just because I recently released a new music video. I released the stripped down version of my song "Love's Not Fair." So if you haven't seen the video yet, be sure to check that out. Again, the stream's almost over, so you can just go on my YouTube channel and you'll find the music video for it. I'm actually really pleased with how it came out. I experimented with some lighting stuff and shot it in black and white, and I was just really pleased with how the results came out. So yeah, definitely check out the video, show it some love, and the song is available on Spotify or Apple Music or wherever you listen to music. You can find it there. You can download it from my Bandcamp for free, and what else? I'm glad y'all are enjoying the acoustic stuff. I'm going to take Michael's suggestion, and I'm planning to do this like once a month or something. So awesome. Yeah, I got one more song for you guys. Let me grab this other guitar here. Let me know. While I'm grabbing this guitar, I'm curious, Halloween's coming up. What's your favorite Halloween candy? If you show up at someone's house, trick or treat, what would just make your night? If someone poured, if someone handed out the candy and you're like, yes, what's your favorite Halloween candy? I'd be curious what that is. Let me know, and I'm going to grab this other guitar real quick. Be back in just a second. I might need to get a pillow for next time to sit on this. I've got this little chair, just because there's a little bench here that I set my computer on for these things, and I actually, the chair I'm sitting on, I got this from the nursery, so it's like a little kid's chair, but this kind of sets me level with the computer, but it's a wooden chair, and sitting on it, I'm feeling it in my butt. So next time I have to sit, I might need to bring me like a pillow or something to sit on. Steven says, most definitely Kit Kats or sour candy. Those are good picks. Yeah, Kit Kats are fun. I love me some sour candy too. Sour Patch Kids, those are the bomb. Sour Airheads, those are awesome. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, so some good sour candy. That's some fun stuff. For me, to be honest, I love the chocolate caramel combo. So any kind of caramel candy, like I'm probably gonna dig it. Like Twix is a good one. I'm not sure what my favorite chocolate caramel candy is. I'm still trying to discover that for myself, because Milky Ways are good too. I think if I had to pick, I think I'd pick Twix over Milky Way, because I like that crunch, the crunch from the little cookie in it. But what else is there? There's another one. I can't remember what it's called. I think it starts with an R. Comes with like a dark wrapper, but another kind of chocolate caramel combo. And yeah, that's what I really like. And then I'm with Steven. Like I love like sour candy too. So sour Airheads would probably be like my other pick. Those are yummy. So Steven's with me. Twix. Yep. Yeah, I love a good Twix. Just making sure we're tuned here. Yeah, I love Twix. Yeah, they're good. All right. I think we're sounding pretty good here. Yeah, this is my dad's Taylor, so this is another really nice guitar. We got this for his birthday like I don't know, 10 years ago or something like that. Can't remember how long ago it was, but he he had an Ovation for the longest time, and that's kind of what I grew up playing and learning on. But he had just played the life out of it, and we have all played. All his kids played it too. So he needed a new guitar, and so we got him a Taylor one year for his birthday. And this is a really nice instrument too. If my brother didn't have his Martin, I would definitely use this for recording acoustic stuff, and it still sounds great. I'm not sure. I don't know. I think I'd have to give it to my brother's Martin. I think it sounds better, but this I love this Taylor. This is such a good sounding acoustic. Adria says dark Milky Ways. Twix is good. Peanut butter Twix. Okay, so Adria likes the peanut butter combo. Yeah, dark. I'm not sure that I've actually had like maybe once, but I haven't had dark Milky Ways too much. I'll have to try those. And we got Lady C in the chat. Appreciate you tuning in. How are you? How's your week been so far? Lady C says, I used to love Twix. Haven't been able to eat it in 25 years though. How come? Is it just you haven't had one? How is there a reason? Do you haven't been able to eat it, or do you just not like them anymore? Says peanut butter cups are good. I guess you mean Reese's peanut butter cups. Yeah, those. Though even better when it's dark chocolate and cashew butter. That does sound like a yummy. I'm not actually sure that I've had cashew butter before. I'd have to try that. That sounds. I love cashews, so that to me that sounds yummy. You know, cashew butter. That sounds good to me. So I'll have to try that out. Now, does Reese's make that? Oh, they aren't gluten-free, so yep. Man, sorry about that. That's too bad they don't have a gluten-free version of that or something. Some way to do that. But yep. But peanut butter cups are a good pick too, and I like those as well. What is it? Now, whenever I'm eating like peanut butter stuff, though, I love to have me a glass of milk with that. So. Just I don't know, somehow kind of helps it wash down. Cashew butter is lovely. Yeah, I'll have to try that sometime. Because again, like I said, I love cashews, and I like natural peanut butter, and I'll make peanut butter banana sandwiches, or what's the other thing I do with it? One of my favorite snacks is just like apple slices and peanut butter, and so so I love peanut butter, so. Yeah, it just makes sense. I need to try cashew butter. I'll have to give that a shot. Justin's makes the cashew butter kind. That's cool. I'll be sure to look that up. I'd be very curious to try that out. But anyone else who's just tuning in, don't be shy. Say hello. And let me know what your favorite Halloween candy is. If you were to show up at someone's door, trick or treat, what candy could they present to you that you would just totally, would totally make your night. Let me know. Yes, hi, yeah, and hi, Quincy. Yep, hi, Lady C. I appreciate you tuning in. I do think this is probably going to be the last song of the evening, but it's the one I just released for anyone just tuning in. I'm kind of doing this acoustic stream just to celebrate. I recently released the stripped down version of my song "Love's Not Fair." So it's just the vocals, just the acoustic guitar, and it's. Something I intend to do, it's, I've got other heavy songs, and I'm planning to release like acoustic versions, stripped down versions of them and stuff. So, after this stream, definitely check out the music video. You can find it on my YouTube channel, and you can find the song on Spotify or wherever you like to listen to music. And Lady C, this has been, just to kind of get you up to speed, this has been going pretty well, and I'm planning on doing this. I'm planning on making this a regular segment. So I think once a month I'm going to be doing an acoustic segment and do kind of a stripped down version of some of my songs. So, and that's right, better late than never. Slithering says, laters, bro, going to check out your Bandcamp also after the song. Yep. Yeah, I think this is going to be the last song, so if you can stick around for this, and then I think we're going to kind of put a wrap on things. But yeah, this is the song I just put out, the stripped down version for. Hope you like it. This one's called Love's Not Fair.
Staring at my own reflection through shattered bits of glass, showing me the perfect picture of who I really am. But when you look at me, you never turn away, kneeling next to me and picking up the pieces. Why do you care? I know I'm undeserving of the love that you have chosen to share. It's just not fair. I am such a useless failure, falling to the ground. Every effort that I muster is never good enough. But when you look at me, standing next to me and holding out your hand. Why do you care? I know I'm undeserving of the love you have chosen to share. It's just not fair. If I'd take just one moment away from my self-loathing, then maybe I would notice that I'm not meant to be broken. If I take just one moment away from my self-loathing, then maybe I would notice that I'm not meant to be broken. So stop beating up myself. You took the punishment yourself. And it's just foolish pride to think that I could ever hurt myself enough to cover what I've done. I could cut myself dry and it still would never be enough. It makes no sense at all. Why do you care? I know I'm undeserving of the love that you have chosen to share. It's just not fair. But love isn't fair. In spite of all I am, you chose to die for me, and that isn't fair. But love's not fair. There you go. Yep, that's Love's Not Fair, and I just released the stripped down version of that song. So if you check out the regular version, it kind of builds up. It has some other instruments join in, and kind of this big, kind of epic climax at the final chorus and the bridge. And then I just released a stripped down version, kind of like that, just vocals, just acoustic guitar, and I shot a video for it. So definitely be sure to check out the video if you haven't seen it yet. You can find that on my YouTube channel. Yeah, let's catch up with the chat. Let's see here. Yep, Lady C says, oh, cool. I look forward to getting here earlier the next time. Yep. Hey, that's all right. Like you said, though, better late than never. I'm just glad you showed up, so. And we got Kim's Creation in the chat. Hey, Kim, hope you're doing well. Appreciate you stopping by. And I hope you got to enjoy that song. We're kind of getting to the end here. Sometimes when someone else pops in, you kind of tempt me. Like, I might play one more song, but we'll see. But, man, thanks, Steven. Steven says... man, I love this song. Tears to my eyes. Thank you. Appreciate that. That means a lot. Lady C says, I forgot to tell you how much I liked your guitar part on the arrangement. Excellent job, Quincy. I love that ending. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's there's some tricky chords to play, but for whatever reason, the hard chords to play are kind of the ones that sound nice. Like, this is probably the hardest chord I know how to play. And it sounds so beautiful. Like, I love that chord. But it's very stretchy. And then that one's not so bad. That's another, that's just a pretty chord right there. And yeah, just kind of getting to pick that and let it fade out. I don't know, I could probably maybe I should do this. I could make those,
background music while you read or while you work or something, and it's like, like ambient backgrounds and stuff. I could just imagine like, just like gentle rainfall, like that sound effect, and then just have that on a loop, just and just over and over, just have that loop for like 10 minutes or an hour or something like that. But thank you. I'm glad you like that. Yep, thank you, Slithering. Appreciate that. Slithering says nice. Thank you for the applause from Kim. Adria says very beautiful. Love it. Thank you, Adria. Appreciate that. Kim says I do that. I pop in late always, and then they go out. Kim, Sarah, play another one. I love that. Well, maybe I'll pull out one. I'll see if I can play one more for you since you showed up. Slithering says all heavy stuff. I like I grew up with some pretty like dynamic albums, and so as an artist, I like to. That's what I want to express. Basically, this is what I sound like when I'm heavy, and this is what I sound like when I'm softer. And so, I want, and as far as what people can expect from me, I don't want them to be surprised when it's like, oh, here's a soft song from Quincy. And, I'm still going to do the heavy stuff. I love that kind of stuff. And, but yeah, it's fun from time to time to kind of change it up a little bit and just strip it down to just simple acoustic guitar stuff. So. Lady C says, and what chord is that one, the hardest one you know how to play? It's some kind of, I'll see if I can get the official name. So it's some kind of B. I know that's a B right there, and it's a B minor, okay? But we have some added notes here. So this note, that's a 9 there, so 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is the octave, and then 9, is that note right there, So we've got B minor 9 would be that, and then this note here is actually the note right next to that 9, so I guess it's a 10, or it's just a minor third, so you probably wouldn't count it as a 10, it'd just be a minor third. But these two notes clash, they're right next to each other, so they create that dissonance, which can sound a little jarring by itself, but when you blend it in with a bunch of other notes, just makes for some, I don't know, just really interesting sounding chords. I love that kind of dissonant stuff. And then actually I think all three of those notes, those three, bum bum bum, they're in scale right next to each other. These two are right next to each other, and then a whole step up you get that E, and that's, what would that be? That's like a 4, like a suspended 4 or something. So to be honest, I would have to look up like what is the actual name of it. Now I learned this chord. There's a band, believe it or not, I learned it from a technical death metal band. So it's what is it? There's a band I really like called The Faceless, and they use a lot of really cool chords like that. But I'm pretty sure I learned it from them, and then kind of adapted it to some of my own stuff. But it's a surprisingly just very pretty chord to be used in that kind of context. But the other one was some kind of C chord, some kind of C9. I don't know like the exact like official name, but it's rooted off of a B, some kind of B minor. Let's see here. Catching up with the chat. So Stephen was saying the background stuff is basically what I play for my solo stuff. It's like a home recordings since I want to save like my lyric stuff for my band. And hey, nothing wrong with like experimenting with different things, kind of having like sort of a side project just with background instrumental music, and then kind of saving lyrics for a project with your band. So that's cool, man. Kim says, not really, I'm not real big on that grungy, Sam, is that what you meant? Or sound, not Sam. Okay, stupid Google. Yeah, not really big on that grungy sound. But have you guys heard Quincy whenever he sings the song "Real Normal" and then turns around and does the grunge vocals? It's cool. Well, thanks. And I know some are from the Lady C. Are you able to sing now? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this is the acoustic version, and even with this, like, so if you mean grungy, if I'm kind of adding like the grit to my voice, that is a texture that I kind of tend to add. I mostly add it because of the genre that I'm in. If I just kind of sing with like just my plain voice, it's just a little clean for the style of music I do. The style of music, it needs that grit. I actually received that feedback from a friend, and it kind of helped. So, if believe it or not, if you guys go on my YouTube, you could probably look up. I released an EP back in 2016. So this was when I was still kind of figuring out like what I wanted to do musically. I actually released an acoustic EP back in 2016. So if you guys wanted to hear like some softer stuff, you should be able to find it on my YouTube. It was called, what did I call it? Something Moment. Oh my gosh, I can't remember what I named that thing. I'll find it in just... Oh, Only for a Moment. That's what it was called. I released an EP called Only for a Moment. But it was a lot of like, you know, just sad acoustic songs. Heck, maybe I'll play one for you, Kim. It was just kind of, and you know, I didn't sing it with quite that grit and stuff. I kind of just sang like just clean and normally. And that's probably the tone I would use for that kind of stuff. The grit I kind of pull out, you know, just for more the kind of the rock sound, you know, kind of stuff. But Steven says, extended B minor chord. That's what I call it, LOL. B minor 9 is what people call it. I really like that chord moved up 2 frets, which is some type of C chord. So I don't know if you meant, I can show you all the chords so you know which one it is. So the first one is from a D, some kind of D7. There's the 7. And that's like a major. Yeah, there's the major 3rd there. And then there's a 9, so it's like it's got a 7 and a 9 in there, so some kind of D minor 7 9. I don't even know what you call it, but that's the first one. And then there's that B minor 9, and then again another. I love 9 chords and 7 chords. So here's another C major 9. So off of that C, it's the same shape, but I don't need that middle finger in there, so it's a little easier to play. It's still a bit of a stretch, and then you just leave those 2 strings open. Pretty one. And then same shape, you just come all the way up to the 7th fret, and that's some kind of E9, E major 9, or no, E minor 9. Yep, so that is that. Steven says, at Kim, grunge is such a good sound though. Yeah, it's interesting. You know, some people just have different tastes and stuff. You know, yeah, I would say, you know, I'm not like I wouldn't say I was like a huge grunge fan, but you know, I definitely there's definitely some songs from that style, and I definitely, you know, appreciate that style and dig it and stuff. So so I'm probably with Steve with that. You know, I kind of like that sound, but you know, everyone has their preferences, and that's kind of the beautiful thing about music, is that there are so many different genres and so many different tastes to be appreciated. Lady C says, thanks at Steve. It's a pretty chord. Yep. One of my favorites for sure. Steven says, 4th fret is the root with the same shape. That's my favorite chord. I use it all the time. Cool. Yeah, the 4th fret. Oh yeah. I'll use that same shape on the 4th fret too. Yeah, I love that chord too. That's in a different key, so, but that's actually the one I used earlier. I played Red Sam. That's a Flyleaf song. And all right, cool. Well, I'll tell you what, Kim. I'll pull out one more song to play for you, and then I do need to call a wrap, put a wrap on this. So I'm going to switch to the other guitar. Give me just a second here. All right, now let me see. Would you like me to, let me see if I've got, I tell you what, let me think. I'll play a song from my acoustic album. So this is a song from that acoustic EP I was talking about. Trying to think which one to play. I've got a couple of them. Let me tune. Okay, should be close enough. All right, Kim, I'll let you pick. I've got two. I can do a finger picking one, which would sound like this. Haven't practiced it in a while, though, so it might take me a second to get it. That's one, or I could play, I got this other one that sounds like this. So option one or option two? Which one sounds a little more intriguing to you right now? So I haven't played them in a while, so I might have to kind of. Yeah, I gotta kind of practice while you're deciding. So, you know. That first part, I'm trying to. I think I play it better if I don't look, because just let the muscle memory kind of take over. Whoop. Yeah, trying to remember how to play that part real quick, but yeah, any thoughts? Which one would you like to hear? That first one or the second one? I'm just practicing, so. They're both good, but do the first one, the finger picking one. Okay, cool. Yeah. Sorry if it took me a while to see that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it wasn't coming up for some reason. They're both good, but do that first one. All right, I'll do that finger picking one for you. And then Steven was saying, try picking that and lift your pointer finger. Okay. Are you talking about this chord, Steven? And then picking the pointer finger, lifting the pointer finger after going through it twice? Such a good sounding chord without moving your hand much. So I don't know if that's what you mean. That's a cool one. Kind of a sort of suspenseful, sort of dready kind of chord. So I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but you might have to show me what you mean sometime. So, all right, got one more song for you guys. Bonus song. So this one's for Kim. Some finger picking. Here we go. And I'll probably get it down by the end of the song, but it's been a little while since I've played this one. So here we go. This one's called. What is the song even called? Fade Away. I think it's called Fade Away. Sorry, it's been a while since I've done this one. All right.
Tiny grain of sand, a shattered hourglass, the pieces reflecting the faded past, the glow of distant light, far beyond my reach. It's out there somewhere for me to find. And I've been thinking, is there something wrong with me? Why am I the only one in this room who don't belong? And as you speak to me, is there, babe, oh, sorry. As you speak to me, suddenly it's clear to see. If I keep you close in mind, maybe I won't fade away. All I've ever known is drifting out to sea. The current returning back to me. And from the tallest tree falls a fragile leaf. The seasons pass by, so do we. And I've been thinking, is there something wrong with me? Why am I the only one in this room who don't belong? And as you speak to me, suddenly it's clear to say, if I keep you close in mind, maybe I won't fade away. And I've been thinking, and I've been thinking, and I've been thinking, if I keep you close in mind, maybe I won't fade away.
There you go. So yeah, that was an old one. I hadn't played or sang that one in a while. So sorry if it was a little rough, but yeah, that was yeah, kind of an old one. Let's see, catching up with the chat. Cool. Yeah, Lady C says, "Ooh, that's pretty." Well, thank you. I'm glad you think so. It sounds like I got that chord right. Yep, that's what I mean. Yep, cool. Well, I thought that sounded good. Thanks, yeah, Lady C says, "Wow, beautiful." Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Steven says, "Whoa, how have I not heard this before?" Like I said, it's an older song, and I like a lot of different genres of music, and I was actually talking to someone about this today. Probably the biggest challenge I've had is that I have so many interests, and as I get older, I'm actually kind of envious of people who, there's people that were like, man, I picked up a guitar for the first time, and I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I picked up a skateboard for the first time, and I knew I wanted to be a professional skater. Or I watched that movie, and I was like, I want to make movies, or I want to be, people who just knew exactly what they wanted to do. Me, like, I knew I wanted to do music, but I had so many different styles, and so yeah, for a while back, I did do kind of like, some very stuff like that, very kind of folky, kind of, acoustic, I don't know, just kind of acoustic emo sort of stuff. Hey, we got Abe in the chat. Oh no, Abe, did you happen to catch that last song? I'm only saying oh no because I actually do have to wrap this up, but I pulled out one more song for Kim, but and I'm sorry, dude, I don't know if I can pull out another one. I think I got to call it a wrap, but I appreciate you tuning in, Abe. I hope you're doing well. Let's see, catching up with the chat. So yeah, Steven, yeah, that's probably why you hadn't heard it before. It's kind of an older song of mine, and yeah, don't always get the opportunity to share it. So, Lady C says, thanks for being here and inspiring this performance. At Kim, yeah. Kim says, I love all you guys. I try to hit as many rooms as I can when I got time. I appreciate all you independent artists. Well, thank you, Kim. Yeah, I appreciate you stopping by, and I hope you enjoyed the song. Well, yeah. Kim says beautiful. Thank you so much. Thanks for the applause and the hearts. Yeah, thank you all. Steven says, wow, absolutely beautiful. Well, thanks. I'm glad you guys liked it. Yeah. Kim says, totally get that, Quincy. I'm the same way. I'm all over the place. Yep. Thanks, Abe. Yeah, no problem. It's like, I appreciate you stopping by, though. Yeah, sorry it's at the end here, but I hope you're doing well. I know you've been putting out some cool tracks lately, and it's been nice listening to those. But you'll have to go back and listen to some again. I did an acoustic stream to celebrate my release. I just put out the stripped down version of my song "Love's Not Fair," so it's just vocals, just acoustic, and so I've been playing kind of acoustic versions of my songs and stuff. And this is actually going to be a new segment. I'm going to do this like once a month where I pull out the acoustic and kind of bring you guys sort of a stripped down version of my songs. So But yeah, that's right, Kim. Yeah, it's just kind of being all over the place with interests. And the truth is, I think as far as a career goes, like people have to know what to expect from you, you know. So it's nice. It's definitely nice to meet people who appreciate multiple styles, and they're like, I love everything you do, you know. That's cool. But unfortunately, that's not like how everyone feels, you know. A lot of people usually want like one specific sound from you, and for me, like if I had to pick, you know, I definitely like kind of. That's actually part of the reason why I like metal, because I think metal gives me that wider range of like being able to do something heavy, but then having those softer songs as well. You know, whereas, you know, if you were purely acoustic and then all of a sudden you came out with like a metal track, that would be like, people would be like, what the heck is this? You know, that'd be like such a jarring, you know, kind of thing to pull out. But if you're a metal artist and then you do like an acoustic version of one of your metal songs, that's typically a little more, you know, well received. Adria says, gotta go now. Thanks for the lovely acoustic tunes. Happy to see you and be with you all. Have a wonderful night. Adria, appreciate you tuning in. Hope you have a great rest of your week. And yeah, thanks for stopping by. Abe says, thanks, man. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, definitely, you know, check out Abe's stuff, you know, all the metal. He's been putting some great stuff out lately. Kim says, okay, gang, let's find somebody else online. Have a great night. Yeah, I appreciate you stopping by, Kim. And yeah, I am going to be wrapping up here. Abe says, I'll definitely do some replay. Yeah, thanks. I have trouble sticking to one sound or feel. I like to make whatever comes. Yep, I think as an artist, that's definitely, it's fun to explore those different avenues. That's right. And so I certainly, you know, within the realms of metal, I try to be as dynamic as I can be. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. For anyone watching now or on the replay, if you know, if you'd like to support me, I'm going to post a link for a virtual tip jar. This is actually my gift shop, and so if you go here, you can find a virtual tip jar, and I certainly appreciate, you know, anything that you can provide. I appreciate the support. Another way that you can support me is I'm trying to build an audience. So, you know, just sharing my songs. Again, I just released a new video, so sharing that video, liking it, commenting it, you know, and just, you know, inviting people to the streams, that kind of helps me. So I'm trying to grow this audience, so I definitely appreciate that support. And if you'd like to be notified, you know, stay notified whenever I have a new release, whenever I got a new video, whenever I go live. If you click on that link, that gift shop link, you can find a way to sign up for my email list. That's available as well. So you can sign up for my email list, and that way I can contact you and notify you whenever I've got a new song, whenever I'm going live, or whatever it might be. So, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening or morning, afternoon, night, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. Until next time. And a quick shout out to Ard Mac. You know, sorry if you know, I'm at the end of the stream here, so you might have to check out the replay to hear some of the songs, but I appreciate you tuning in. So I'm just going to say hello real quick. Hey, yep, Hard Mac. Unfortunately, this is the end of the stream, but I appreciate you stopping by, and you'll have to go back and rewatch some of the songs and stuff and see what you think. Kind of did a sort of an acoustic version of some of my typically, you know, metal songs. So yeah. You all have a great rest of your evening, morning, afternoon, night, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. Until next time.